Hello and welcome. I'm Indigo Owl from Otala Wisdom. I've come for the weekly guidance for the next week ahead, as usual on Wednesday at 8 p.m. and that's GMT if you're in the same time zone as me. I hope you have had an amazing week and maybe like me you're curious what the next week has in store for us. The energies have been extremely interesting since the new year has started. A lot of upheaval followed by a lot of release and then an amazing feeling of freedom for many of you. I hope it certainly has been for me. I haven't been very well since yesterday, so I have actually cancelled all of my other commitments, but I really wanted to be here for this live guidance, and I guess because it's online, I'm contagious, but not if you're not actually in the room with me. So I guess watching this will still be safe, and I really didn't want to miss this. I am going to do a Temple of Balance special for this week coming up. I have 4 different card decks from the beautiful Leanne Peters in Tasmania from her company called Temple of Balance. She's in the process of designing, I think, a second edition of these healing energy cards as a newer version. But in the meantime, we have these 4 lovely decks. We're going to use 2 of them for seeing cards for the week coming up, and we're going to use the other 2 instead of the tarot cards. So we're going to have 2 cards per day again, but I will have to try and make it a bit shorter than last week's reading. If you watched last week, it was quite a long reading. I'm not sure I will last that long today, and I'm not sure my phone is charged enough to last that long. But in the meantime, we have to decide which cards will be for the scene cards and which will be for during the week. Okay, so we're going to have these 2 big ones. These are the first 2 card decks she made as scene cards. We have this one. I believe this was her very first ever card deck that is now discontinued. The reason I'm dedicating this whole week's reading to Leanne Peters is because she has been a huge inspiration to me, especially in terms of doing these live readings on Facebook and on YouTube. You can also find me on YouTube, on my YouTube channel called Indigo Owl. It might be easier to follow me there because YouTube will always notify you if you subscribe to my channel when I upload a new video. 2 cards have literally fallen out, so I'm going to stop shuffling right here. I feel like saying I'm going to stop waffling as well right here. And as usual, I have a plan and Spirit has a different plan. I plan to have 1 card from this deck and put it here. We already have 2 cards. Let's have a look. Hello if you're watching. I sadly can't see if you're liking, sending love, commenting. I will see later on when I finish the reading and check. I'm so happy about any comments you make, any signs that you're watching, that you are resonating with my readings, makes me very happy. So please do let me know. So we have, the first card is called Lion, Courage. And it says, all you require is some courage and inner strength to help you right now. Well, for me, that totally resonates. I hope it resonates for you because it's a very positive message saying all you need is some courage. That actually means it's safe for you to move forward with this situation. You just need the courage to push through. So if fear comes up, you just need courage to overcome the fear. It's not saying you have fear because it's not safe. This is just fear from the old self, from the old way of being, from the old belief system. It's time to, I feel like saying burn through that fear. Have that courage to burn through that and move forward because that is what's appropriate right now. So we have the lion here. The other card that fell out, wow, is called Lady Isa. That always reminds me of the bank account. That maybe has a different meaning. The meaning of this card is to do with truth. I love it's all pink and purple. It says, be a living and breathing example of truth and integrity. Only see the truth in this situation. Beautiful card. If we combine that totally together says, have the courage to see the truth, speak the truth and live the truth and be an example of the truth. This is what's needed right now. Have the courage to be the truth, to live your truth. It's really not working, is it? I'm being very truthful about that. I'm not sure how I'm going to make both cards stand up. There must be a way. I just wasn't prepared to having to find one. Okay, there's only so much time I will give to messing about with this. I can see some of you at home must be laughing by now. That's fine because, yes! Ha! I was about to say my biggest achievement today. It's totally not. I have very spontaneously decluttered my front room and it looks beautiful and spacious now. And it actually took a bit of courage to do that because I got rid of some really big chunks of furniture on the spot. And still have to replace at least one or two of them. But it felt good to throw out the old stuff. And old furniture very much can represent old ways of living for sure, because the furniture is in our space. It impacts on us a lot more than we realise. It made me feel like doing lots more decluttering tomorrow. I love that feeling, that fresh feeling after decluttering. Now we are still going to draw a seam card. I hope I get to draw this one and it doesn't just fall out. Also from the Healing Energy cards, I will also show this one. So these are the Healing Energy cards. This is the deck. We're currently, Leanne is working on designing a new deck. I just saw the card on the bottom here, and after it says, I'll just show it quickly, it says New Life. And it just kind of fitted in with what I just said about throwing out old furniture and old ways of living. And there comes the New Life card flashing at me from the bottom of the deck. I love to look at the bottom of the deck. It is like, and we've got another one. Okay, this one also speaks of new life, actually. So we're just going to have to take this now. The cards that come up at the bottom of the deck, I didn't get to draw one. The cards that come out from the that you can just see on the bottom of the deck that you're not actually choosing. You're not drawing that card, and it doesn't fall out. But it will often, when you shuffle, somehow the bottom card will flash at you. If, like me, you get used to checking. It kind of gives you a message of what's going on underneath that maybe you're a bit less aware of. It's just a lovely confirmation usually. I'm inclined to still draw a card as well. If we had two from this deck, I want to have two from this deck as well. And also, and I know I said at the beginning we're not going to do so many cards, but you know me, I get carried away. I get so excited about reading cards for you. Okay, we'll also draw one. Ah, perfect. Let's read these together straight off, so it's a little bit quicker. So we have the Tree of Life. So these are still seam cards for the week coming up. It says life, balance, wisdom, simplicity, birthing of the new. That's what really stood out to me. Earth, goddess, free-flowing, sacral and base chakra, growth. Everything coming together. Beautiful message. Faith, trust and support. And the card that's come with it is playfulness. Yes, yes, yes. Let's play a bit more. Surrender to the moment, laugh, enjoy life, play and have some fun to lift your spirits. You will feel so much better after doing something that nourishes you, and creativity. So we have definitely, the Tree of Life has come to remind us that life comes in cycles, and we have finished an old cycle, or are in the process of finishing a very, very large, long old cycle and starting a completely new one. And the way to deal with this is to be more playful. That will really help, because this is the more serious side, saying we need courage to live our truths. But this is the side that says the new cycle also will bring in more playfulness. It will be easier to be playful when the new cycle has started. What a lovely message. If I had to finish the reading here for next week, I would be quite happy that I have been able to give you some lovely inspirational messages for the week ahead. But we are now going to get down to the serious stuff. We're going to look at the individual days of the week, starting from Friday, which, if I remember correctly, is the 31st of January, and going all the way until the following Thursday, which I believe is the 6th of February. If any of you are wondering, I'm wearing another one of my home self-made macrame crystal necklaces. They are becoming ever more popular. This one I made for myself. It has a cherry quartz. It's really uplifting and it increases self-love. It's very, very beautiful. If you would like me to make a necklace for you, please message me. I make necklaces with 1, 2 or 3 crystals, depending how big they are. I can make necklaces with crystals you supply, or with crystals I already have. And all crystal necklaces I'm offering are blessed. They're blessed by your ancestors, by your very own guardian angel, and by whatever other spirit guide or angel is appropriate for you. I always make sure that whatever it is that you need is what goes into these crystal necklaces. It's a lovely way of keeping the crystal close to you. You can wear it like I am right now, so everyone can see. This one has different colour string as well. Sometimes I also just wear it inside, and it's really just a very personal connection between me and the crystal. It also stops people from trying to touch it. Sometimes when the crystal is in the process of working with you, healing you, connecting with you, and someone else touches it, it's a bit like it will set the energy back again, and the crystal has to start all over again, because it can discharge into the other person's energy. Right, we're doing some really good shuffling here. So the other 2 card decks we've got for the days of the week is the Speed of Light Oracle and the Animal Kingdom Oracle. These are the 2 newer decks that Leanne has made, and somehow it feels appropriate to use those for the more detailed messages. Also, very sadly, I have had to cancel my very first shamanic circle of this month because I haven't been well, and I'm not 100% sure that I will not still be contagious tomorrow. But there will be a shamanic circle again in Charlton every 4 weeks. So that's bookable via Eventbrite, and you can find the events on my Facebook page. I am available for personal readings, either in person or via Skype or something like WhatsApp online. I should be able to do Reiki treatments and shamanic cleanse treatments again from next week as well. I am also considering offering spiritual counselling sessions. I am actually a fully qualified counsellor, and I obviously also do spiritual work. In my normal counselling work, I can't really include channelings from spirit, so I'm considering offering this as a separate service that's specifically spiritual counselling, where I can combine both skills. And those could very much be one-off sessions, but they could also be it could be a continuous treatment period of weekly sessions for however long suits you. Alright, I'm still shuffling here the Speed of Light Oracle. I'm not shuffling like the Speed of Light, apparently. I just have to wait till the cards are ready. Right, let's draw 7 cards. There's one more thing I'm planning to do, and it would be lovely if you could let me know if you're interested, and obviously if you're in London you would be able to attend. Spirit has been asking me to run an angelic self-worth workshop. So a workshop that helps to enhance your sense of self-worth with the help specifically of the angels, and that would be your very own guardian angels as well as archangels and all kinds of other angels that are available for help. Obviously the angel Daniel will be in charge of this one, as he is in most of my spiritual work. He is very beautiful to work with, very, very strong, but gentle, very effective, but kind. These are his words, but I totally agree. Oops, and we already have the first two cards. Okay, so I'll show them because they jumped out. We have the lunar cycle, which speaks about the period of 1 month, which can be a month just past or a month coming up. And the masked owl saying, be optimistic. So this is already saying to me, over the next period of the next month, it's important to be optimistic. And I don't think I'm allowed to mix those back in. I think they need to also come over here. This is finishing off, apparently. Yeah, and all my cards will fall over now. Carefully stacked up. And we've got lots more purple and pink here, so I'm going to put that here with Lady Isa. This is finishing off the theme card messages for this upcoming week. It's not... I'm going to just leave it like that. Before I make the whole thing fall over, which is really not useful. So to finish off this theme, we need to be courageous to speak and live our truth. We need to be playful around the cycle ending and the new cycle starting. And we need to remain hopeful, especially for the period of the next month. It's really important to remain hopeful and optimistic, because good stuff is coming. Bad stuff is going, and good stuff is coming in. I promise you 100%. If you allow it. Obviously, if you refuse it, if you block it, there's nothing anyone can do about that. But if you allow this to happen, this big change that's happening right now in your life, or inside of you, or around you, or both, or everything, good things are coming. Right, let's draw. Oops, so many cards falling out. The card that fell out now is called Living Your Purpose. And, no, it's upside down. The orca whales say living your purpose totally fits in here. It's time to live your purpose. Ah! I knew this was going to happen eventually. I was trying so hard not to drop any cards. And these were the first two. Well, I was not expecting so many theme cards to show up today, but I do not question what Spirit is asking me to do, because Spirit knows exactly what's needed for all of us. Now I know why this one is no longer standing. You're going to have to be a little bit patient with me here. I do want to put these back up again. It's important that you can see them throughout the reading of the other cards as well. There will be a way to do this. I hope I'm not just going to be entertaining by keep dropping everything. So we have the masked owl was here. Oh, is it going to stand up? Maybe if I put my water glass behind as extra support. Look at that, water as extra support. I'm also a water sign, so for me that suits me down to a T. And living your purpose, which I think goes beautifully with the playfulness actually, because living your true purpose can actually be really, really playful as compared to living somebody else's purpose, or living the purpose society is trying to prescribe for us, which usually feels quite heavy and unpleasant and tied down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count really. You can see my energy is a little bit all over the place today, which is partially because I am a bit unwell still, but partially also because I've done all this big decluttering today, and it's actually made me feel quite playful and quite happy. very good. Now, they are all standing up. We can now start working on the days of the week. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Totally wrong. Friday, we're starting from Friday. Thank you. I'm sure one of you at least has just reminded me we're starting from Friday. Hello, if you're watching. I cannot see right now, but please let me know by giving me a thumbs up, sending me some love, leaving me a lovely comment, any comment about how you're doing, how last week was, what you're hoping for this week. If any of these resonates, please let me know. I am so curious, and it really helps me with the readings if I get to know you a little bit. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I can totally do this. I am capable. Ta-da! Let's look at Friday. I'm sure you're ready by now to look at Friday. And we have, oh, wow. What a combination. We have, from the Speed of Light Oracle, we have scattered. Well, I'm already feeling that today by the looks of it. I'm scattering the cards everywhere. Number 13. The scattered card says overwhelm, confusion, concentrate, and plan. So this card comes when the energy can be a bit overwhelming and feel quite scattered, which can happen when things are changing and haven't yet settled into the new space. And the best thing to do when this is happening is to concentrate on grounding yourself and, if appropriate, making a plan. Interestingly, the card that's come with it is the Ladybug. And the Ladybug says this is a favourable time. The Ladybug is actually the card that's on the back of all of the deck. And it was, I believe, the first card Leanne made, but I may be wrong there. This is the best card in the deck. So the energy on Friday, as we're going into the weekend, may well be scattered and it may feel a bit overwhelming. However, it is a favourable time. And this reminds me of getting this moon card saying we need to stay optimistic. So even if things feel scattered and overwhelming, actually something really good is happening underneath. Really important to remember on Friday. Don't know which way to put it, this way. Now, we're going to look at Saturday. We have the butterfly. Beautiful. I'm about to get my third butterfly in a little while. I have to go and book it in. This is my own personal butterfly transformation. This one sure looks a lot like my second butterfly here, which is lovely confirmation for me that this is the right time to get my third one done. This will be the last one. The butterfly says heart opening, freedom, passion, and action. And the card that's come with it is Dolphin, another very purple card, pinky purple, that says it's a time to celebrate. Wow, so we're literally celebrating our own heart opening and the newfound freedom that comes with that, because opening your heart is so freeing when you can just be yourself and be happy. Made me touch my crystal, which is helping me as well with this process. So this is Friday, Saturday. We're looking at Sunday. So whatever is going to happen on Friday might feel a bit overwhelming, but will ultimately trigger this heart opening and cause us to feel like celebrating, give us a reason to celebrate, because actually it's a favourable time. Now we have, for Sunday, we have the Wolf. Wolf number 44 says instinct, moon, cycles, flow, and trust. So the moon, the wolf that likes to howl at the moon is a card that comes for times where it's really important to go with the flow, with the cycles that are ending and the cycles that are starting, to trust the flow of our own life and to use our instincts. Wow. And the card that came with it is Black Panther. We've got two very strong animal spirits here working beautifully together. I hope you can see both. Amazing. And the Black Panther says, find acceptance. So this is about acceptance of our own cycles in life, and that some cycles have to end so new cycles can begin. Amazing how they have very similar background. They're kind of echoing each other. So it's also a favorable time to find acceptance of our own inner self and who we really are. And we also have very much the kind of light and shadow here in terms of coloring. We have the light, our light side and our dark side. And this is a good time, it's a favorable time to find acceptance of our own dark side as well. Let's have a look at Monday. Now we have filters. Now filter says beliefs, cancel, delete, clarity and awareness. Monday is going to be a lot about becoming aware of your own beliefs that are not working in your favor, that are somebody else's beliefs, that are old-fashioned beliefs, that are traditional society beliefs, that are not really your own true beliefs of your own true inner self. So it's time to cancel and delete those filters in order to gain clarity and awareness of what your true beliefs should be. And the card that came with it is Seek Safe Shelter. We have a tree spirit coming with this, very much so. So while this is happening on Monday, it may be important that you spend some time somewhere you feel safe. Now that may actually be a place in nature with an actual real tree, if you're inclined to go into nature and visit your favorite tree, for example. It may also be that you stay inside somewhere, but in your mind you travel to your safe base in nature and visit your favorite tree there. That can be just as beneficial when necessary. What really strikes me here is that this man has this amazing white spark on his forehead there by the third eye, and we've got the same happening here and a little bit lesser here as well. I'll show again. So even the tree shelter is echoing this third eye awakening that's going to be happening here, that more light can come out of the third eye, come through and out. So, wow, this is fascinating. Let's look at Tuesday. Hello, if you've just started watching, if you're watching live, if you're watching the replay, I cannot see your comments right now, but please, please, please leave me comments. I love to read your comments. I love to see your thumbs up. Please send me some love if this reading resonates with you. I don't like to sit here and feel that I'm just talking to myself. I love talking to you. I love that some of you watch my readings every week. Let's look at Tuesday. We have healed with the beautiful golden light. It says wounds and blocks dissolve. So this hard work we're doing here on Monday, that is so hard for us. Some of it might go so deep that it makes us feel like we need to seek safe shelter, even if it's just sheltering inside of our own self, inside of our own boundaries and energy. It will bring the ultimate healing. We are healing, and the card that comes with it is called Unbreakable Bonds. So this card shows these two lovely penguins together that have an unbreakable bond. Tells a story of where there is true love, the bond is unbreakable. When two dolphins have create new life together, one of them has to stay, the male has to stay and balance the egg on his feet and make sure it doesn't fall and get cold. And the female goes off and finds food, and they're separated for quite a long time. But they have this unbreakable bond, and the male will return and the female will return. It's interesting how it's different with penguins. And they will be together again and raise this new life together, the baby penguin, if they both manage to fulfill their part. However, the bond on a soul level is unbreakable. And that means for us, if there is a really strong relationship we have with somebody that maybe is considering all the cards as far, maybe is a bit challenging at times, and maybe we sometimes manage the physical proximity and maybe other times not so much. The bond itself is unbreakable. But also it can be about a person who has crossed over and they're still very much with you, because the actual bond doesn't go away even if physically they have left you. However, I'm also seeing here is saying the wounds are healed. So there are wounds, blocks around this relationship where the bond is truly unbreakable, and they will be healed. By the time we get to Tuesday, we've gone through a whole range of ups and downs in energy that keep shifting more and more, shifting us into freedom to really, really just be able to enjoy this amazing bond, this amazing relationship, without so much getting in the way from past painful experiences. Let's look at Wednesday. Now we have Lizard. This reading really is going up and down and up and down. One day up, one day down. And I'm not saying down as in bad, but just it's a roller coaster. It says Lizard has additional insight. Draw the third card from the deck. So we will do that too. 1, 2, 3. So the Lizard is a card that comes. It says optimism, appearance, delusion, and illusion. So the Lizard is a card that can come when there has been some delusion about what's really happening, or some illusion about what's really happening. And this is a card where it's important to find out what's, to kind of go beyond what's on the surface and see what's really going on. And the third card that came with it is purification. And it says cleanse, detox, and toxins. So what we need to do to get rid of these illusions and delusions, which really reminds me of these beliefs from the past that we've been asked to clear, is there's going to be more clearing, because we're going to purify even more our beliefs and how we see things and how we do things. Because ultimately what's happening is reconnection. The sea eagle. So this is reconnection with our own inner self. This is reconnection with spirit. But also we have this unbreakable bond here. So it may also be literally on a more physical level, a reconnection with a loved one. Amazing. This is so exciting. I'm going to try and fit these all in here. We've got one day left. Are we ready for Thursday? Beautiful. You can see I'm still a little bit unwell. We have number 53 called Gathering. So by Thursday we're ready to gather. It says helping, ready, leader and meeting. So this is a card that's all about gathering our family, our community, with friends, with loved ones. This is a community energy. And that is something that's, especially on Thursday, is going to be really important for us. So if you feel called to host a gathering, whether that's in person or online, that's amazing. Or if you invite it to any kind of gathering, it might be a good idea to go. The card we got with it is Echidna. Beautiful. And it says, don't dwell on the details. Beautiful. I'm not sure I need to explain that too much. So on Thursday there will be some kind of a community energy, an energy of gathering or meetings, where maybe you even will be asked to lead or help. And it's saying don't dwell on the details about how this is going to happen. This is perfect. What an amazing reading. We've ended up with so many cards. We've got 14 cards, 15 cards here for the week. And then we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15 and 7, 22 cards. Now I said at the beginning, we're going to do a shorter reading. That totally didn't work out, but I'm very happy and amazed and excited about this reading. I'm going to leave it here. If you have any questions about the services I provide. If you would like to connect with me further, please feel free to message me. You can message me on Facebook. You can message me via my website, which is otalawisdom.com. There are various ways of contacting me. You will also find me on Instagram under Indigo888Owl. I am have a strong resonance with the number 8, and specifically the number 888 predicts huge life changes about to come. And that certainly is something that not only does it sometimes happen to me, sometimes I often facilitate for other people. I help people move on stuck energy and move forward into big life changes. So that's the 888 in my name. I'm so grateful you have come to join me for this reading. I have had so much fun. I totally have done the playfulness today. I'm sure you noticed. It was a pleasure to read for you. I wish you the most amazing week ahead, and I will say namaste.